Good afternoon. It's glad to see you today. How's your week been?
It's been good. Kind of a long week. Not really wanting to do much today, but had to come in and see you, I guess.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you did. We're gonna try something new today. I want you to tell me a story about an event in your life that was either positive or negative. I was kind of hoping to get a better understanding of who you are and what brings you here to see me from time to time. There's no real perimeter to the story. I just want to focus on something meaningful in your life that has kind of made you the person you are today.
Okay, well, I don't know. I guess lately, kind of things with school and stuff have been, on my mind, and I've been stressed at home. So I kind of come to mind a conversation I had with my mom when I was probably in middle school. One night I'd gotten home from football practice. My mom was home alone. Usually there's 4 kids in my family. I didn't really have an opportunity to have very much conversation with my mom, and she was there, and so we talked a little bit, and my mom just kind of talked to me about her relationship with my dad and how that worked and kind of the family dynamics of our family. I don't know, it was kind of my mom and I's relationship. We talked, it was normal, but we didn't have a real close relationship about all of that kind of stuff. I don't know. She talked kind of about my dad's habits that frustrated her and the good things and strengths about my dad as well. So that was good. I guess looking back on it, I was listening, but my dad and I were really similar, so we had a lot of the same habits and things that we would do together. So I probably had a better relationship with my dad, and when foreseeing a conversation like this, we like to do stuff outdoors, hunt and fish together and stuff like that. So we had a lot in common, and I really looked up to it. And stuff like that, but it was just kind of a weird conversation between my mom and I that kind of sticks out to me and why that happened.
Well, great. Thank you for sharing that. Why do you think this story stood out in your mind more than any other one when asked to talk about an event today?
Well, I think now I look at it and I think about kind of the relationship that I have with my wife, and it was probably a way of my mom talking to me about relationships. And I think I derived probably some of my relationship with my wife now, because my mom didn't really have much of a hobby besides being a mom, and that's stressful to me even now. And when I look at it, so I try to implement some of the things in my marriage to make sure that my wife doesn't feel that way. I felt like she was kind of trying to communicate that to me, and with graduate school and work and all of that, it's kind of hard to make time for me, let alone our relationship. So it's kind of difficult. I think that's probably what brought it to the forefront.
Okay. What do you think this tells me about what you have wanted for your life and about what you have been trying for in your life?
Well, I think that it kind of talks about how I handle stress and what I saw in the environment that I lived in with my dad and mom, and how their relationship was, and how I handle things in my life. So
Great. I think that's a wonderful application. How do you feel that knowing this has affected my view of you as a person?
I guess you'd probably think I'm probably kind of selfish, because I find time for myself and then find a hard time to spend with my wife or family. I would assume that that's kind of a selfish way to do things, and I know you have to take care of yourself, but ultimately when you have kids and a wife, that you kind of feel like that's your number one priority.
Definitely, your family is very important to you. I can hear that from the story. Well, thanks for your view. I think that reflecting on this story, based on the discussion about your life, what things do you think you could change about yourself, and how would you respond to stress, your relationship, as well as maybe the message that you send to your son?
I think to maybe be just kind of more clear and more willing to give a little bit of my time than focus on me is probably more important than to send that message that kind of life around your house and in relationships doesn't always focus around you. You got to give up a little bit, stuff like that. So
Great. Well, how did you feel about our session today?
It was good. I think it kind of brought some things to the forefront that I wasn't really even thinking about.
Thank you. I hope you have a good week.